Hello guys, MikuChibi here. Welcome back to Sword and Factor. And today it is Koharu's birthday, so happy birthday Koharu. And of course we also have a birth banner which we will talk about it for today. You can see here, short about it. It is a step up banner with 3 steps. Step 1, 50% up. Step 2, regular price. And step 3, a guaranteed random Koharu skill. Not only that, step 2 and step 3, it offers increased drop rate for the new Koharu skill, which is these two here. We have 2 new Koharu birth skill, which we will take a look pretty soon. Step 2, you have 1.3% increase, and step 3, 2% drop rate. And for the 2 new Koharu skill, we have a new chain skill and a new full burst. Under the Luminous Arch Koharu, it is a rapier chain skill with fire element, and then we have a bond in the full bloom Koharu, which is a dagger full burst water element. Alright. And the duration of this banner is till the 4th of March, so you are roughly 9 days on you to decide if you want to follow this one or not. And the first skill we will take a look, it is the Rapier skill under the Luminous Arch Koharu with Flame Frost skill animation, 26 SP, Frost and Fire, 40 second cooltime, 92 switch gauge, that's pretty good, and break gauge 47, not bad. It has 2250% damage single target, Flame Pile buff, fire element damage 1% per stack, 3 stack for 20 seconds, and if you're using these on switch, you will gain 9 stack instead of 3, so that is pretty good. And for Shade, nothing special. We have 50% fire element damage when using fire skill and 1000 attack while the buff raised to fire damage is in effect. So kind of similar to other chain skill we have so far that have been released. Use more damage to fire element. You also get the flash attack, but also gonna be really good support skill if you're playing around stacking. So this is gonna be a really useful chain skill for fire build for Rapier, especially the newest floor that's coming out, floor 16. That boss is weak to frost and fire. Next one, we have the Full Burst Dagger, Bond in the Full Bloom Koharu. A dagger skill, cubic water skill animation, 4 SP, slash and water, 50 second cool time, 44 switch gauge, and 34 break gauge. Not best. It has 1990% damage for hit single target. Weak slash 4 debuff, slash elemental weakness damage plus 25 for 8 seconds. Frostbite, status element, inflict frostbite, 1 stack plus 30 seconds. Pretty good. And if you want to activate the full burst, you have to do water slash water. If you break the skill to plus 10, you are removing this sequence and only need to do water slash. Should be much easier to activate and doesn't require to use another water skill. 50 second cool time, that is pretty good. 44 switch gauge and 68 break gauge. 50 second cool time, I thought it would be 30 because you know how strong full burst is. Usually full burst also always have like a high cooldown, but 50 seconds, that means you are able to use it right away after your full burst chain combination. When you activate full burst, you are doing 5500% damage for each single target, and then we have 3 bonus attack plus 1500 against enemy with blunt element, basically enemy that is weak to slash. Increase attack against enemy with status element, poison, burn, bleed, frostbite, 1% for every 1 stack, and you can stack up to 99 for each element. So you can get up to 396% attack, which is a lot. And then when you equip 2 or more select skill in the same set, damage onto enemy with the slashing 1%. So really important to have 2 select skill in the set to get the 1% more damage, really useful. So 3 bonus, really good. And it is really important to have 2 select skill in your set, but at the same time, you really want to maximize this one as well. If you can apply all 4 elements and max it out, you will deal a lot of damage. And when you activate it, you won't consume any SP. So this one is one of the strongest full bursts for dagger for any water content slash and water. So this one gonna be really useful. For example, currently all the late game players, they're currently farming floor 8 and 9, farming the not the boss. And some people is using dagger there compared to the older previous full burst Koharu we have. The one was released a year ago. So this one should be much better than the previous old full burst water. And then for the drop rate, you have 0.04% chance to get one of the Koharu skill here, but if you go to step 2, you should have a little bit higher, 0.65%. And then step 3, you have 1%, or in total 2% for one of featured. For guaranteed, you will have 50% chance to get the featured and 50% to get non-featured, so 50-50. Hopefully you win your 50-50 if you're looking for the dagger. So overall, the skills are really good, really nice support skill for Rapier set, and a really good full burst dagger if you're currently farming a slash water weakness boss. I mean, if we take a look at the boss that we can use it on, let's see, in the late game, Lundgren, if you're farming Rosso, weak to Slash and Water, really useful. For chapter 2, we have the Not, of course, floor 8 and 9, late game, farming Rex. For, let's see, Underground, I guess you can use it on Cobalt if you're farming Fermat, though this one gonna require a lot of party member to be able to farm this. For Chaos Shadow, Dark Black Beast, level 95 if you want to do it solo or party. And then we have level 215, Dark Black White Worm, pretty useful there. So you can see you can use the Water Dagger for any Slash Water content they offer. Really hard difficulty level there, and then we also have some easy. And for floor, you have a late game floor here, floor 8 and 9, but also a mid game floor, floor 81. Yeah, 81. So if you manage to get the newest dagger, then you can see you can already use it for mid game or late game. And that was a review for the newest Koharu skill. And now let's take a look what other skill record that you get from a birthday if you lose the 50-50. So here we can see that we have many Koharu skill, like a different type skill, and Koharu is one of the characters that can use every single weapon or have every single weapon. For example, she has sword, rapier, spear, axe, etc. She has basically all weapon except for shield. I think she doesn't have shield, but who cares about that? And you can see she also have a different skill type. She have link, chain, full burst, connect, axle, etc. So you see she has many different skill type. And for this one, for this list, this is mostly what I think are decent and good. For example, for link category, there aren't that many, but I think they are decent for now until they release more link skill. Then I can replace them or put them in the rest. So for this list, this is basically my thoughts, my opinion, how good the skills are or decent. And if the skill is bad, I just put them in the rest category, which you don't really need to care about. But in general, all skill can be used, depends how to use it. If this skill is your strongest, I can utilize it. Nothing wrong using it. But for me, this is in my opinion, I think it's bad and I don't see it being used in late game, for example, or mid game. Koharu, she do have many skill, and if you do lose 50-50, I mean, you have a decent chance to have something else that you can look forward to. For example, link skill, even though link skill is not good stay at the moment, but once they release a lot more link skill, I do think that link skill can shine a bit more. There are some people trying it out. For example, some people using chain with link, where they're spamming the link skill with the axle mode. So that is just an example there. For chain, she do have many chain skill, and chain, there will always be a really good support skill. So any chain you get, she has dagger, mace, and axe, gonna be really useful. Full burst, she do have many full bursts that can be really good. And as of 2026, February 2026, this one is still being used for the latest floor, floor 8 and 9. So it's still relevant, it's still really useful. So if you did not get the waterfall burst, this one here, but you managed to get the non-element full burst, it's still fun to use it. It's still pretty good. Then we have auto full burst. We do have mace full burst, pretty good. Spear full burst. Okay, this one is not bad. This one has fallen off a little bit because we do have a claim that is much better. Claim full burst, much stronger than this one, but this one is still fine to use. For connect, you have really decent connect support skills if you want that. For example, for rapier, really good. Dagger, if you want to increase the element on the enemy, and then support mace skill. Axle, really useful here. We have Axle that debuff enemies damage or attack. Then we have dark stacking, water stacking. This one I think was dark stacking or earth. I don't really remember. It was a stacking. And then we have bow that's stacking wind element. Pretty good. More skill. Let's not talk about it. Awakening, mostly use support skill. For example, slash weakness, pretty good. Stigma, really useful. For bow, if you want to deal a bit more damage when you're low HP, you have a chance to get this one, really useful. For burst, you do have some really strong burst skill. For example, this one of the strongest spear skill in the game. Really useful for any frost water content, really strong. Then we have support skill, some fodder for your mod skill if you want to utilize, some passive, some decent passive to use. For example, we have two power rise, one focus on dark element and one focus on water element. Then we'll have some full burst passive if you need that. For example, this one or this one for blunt DPS, this one for frost DPS, and then with some limit skill, of course, that you can't get from the gacha. This one for Tale Series collab, this one for the 10th anniversary, I believe, 10th anniversary, something like that. And then we have the recent one, the Slime collab, the 10th Sura collab. This one is limited, so you can't get this one anymore. So yeah, so you can see she do have many skills, and many of them can be really good for your account. It really depends if you're lucky or not. But overall, all the skill gonna be really useful if you do lose the 50-50. Some of the skill can be really useful for a build. You can now start building for something else. And now the question is this banner worth to summon on? It really depends what you have, what you need, of course. If you're a player that need a lot of Koharu skill for your build, for example, you need some of the skill to support your build, you need spear for stigma, you need some dagger to apply some slash weakness, or adding more debuff to the enemy, some stacking, etc. I think it really is good. I mean, she do offer a lot of different skill type that you can really be really useful. For example, if you manage to get some full burst, then you can build around that really good. And if you also manage to get some chain skill will always be good, really good support. And after a year, nothing have changed with chain skill. They're still the same, still really powered support skill. So getting this chain skill from Koharu is pretty good here. So prolong the Koharu birthday is not bad, especially if you're also looking into building around dagger. For example, you want to get this newest Koharu full burst. This one gonna be really good for GOG, or if you want to farm for the latest content, get your late game weapon, Rex weapon, it still can be really good. Or if you're a new player, you want to farm the Lundgren, you can also use it there. Or if you want to start farming Chaos Showdown, you want to try solo content, we do have, for example, here, we have the Showdown. You can start farming Chaos level 95, the Dark Black Beast, that is with the slash and water. You can also farm for late game, the level 215. This is a decent start if you want to see how strong you are. The value on the Koharu Birth banner is pretty good, definitely worth it. And for those that are new players, should you pull on Koharu Birth banner? It really depends if you are into dagger. If you're into dagger, then I would say definitely worth it. She has mostly dagger skill, even though she do have other weapon, but mostly dagger. You see dagger, then we have dagger here, dagger awakening, then some decent passive that can utilize. So it is not bad for new players, but if you are a player that is not into dagger, then I would say skip this banner and save your Archon gems. If you're unsure if you want to summon this banner or not, then I do recommend wait for the free Koharu pulse, because that one can give you a lot of Koharu skill that you maybe need. For example, let's say you manage to get this Hollow Full Burst Koharu that you really want that, then you don't really need to spend your Archon Jet on this banner because you already got the skill you really want. So that is option if you're unsure if you want to summon on Koharu birthday banner. So my recommendation, if you're a player that do need a lot of Koharu skill, then it is worth to summon on. If you're a new player that really like to use dagger, then I also do recommend that. If you're still unsure if you want to summon, then I do recommend wait a little bit and only pull on the free Koharu 4-star. You to see what 4-star Koharu you get. If you manage to get some of the skill that you really wanted, then you can save a Archon gem. If you did not, then you can start pull on Koharu Birth banner. You see if you manage to get some other Koharu skill. Even though if you don't get that, but you manage to get one of the future, it's still worth it. It's still worth it. So it's not bad trade-off. That was everything for me. That's my view on the Koharu Birth banner. If you have any question, let me know. And that's for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now, and bye bye.